Hey guys, welcome back to the hot mess that is Tiny Artist TV. Today's video is a little bit abbreviated, but I hope you guys enjoy it nonetheless. Hello and welcome back to Tiny Artist TV. For today's video we are doing a compilation of all the prompts that I had previously missed amidst just work and technical difficulties. And actually, as you can see as I'm starting out here, still having to work out a few kinks. So for those of you who have the XP Pen tablet, sometimes you may have this issue where the pen does this weird jitter thing. It's fine for sketching. Fortunately, I do get the kinks worked out before I actually start doing the line art, but yeah, this was a little bit of an issue. This was actually why I had gotten behind on these prompts, because I was spending the last week trying to figure out how to get rid of this jitter issue. Before our first sketch here, we are starting out with Seance, and it's just this cute little fortune teller. She's got her candles and her Ouija board, and inside of her crystal ball is the spirit of the person that she was trying to summon. And they're not too happy about being woken up from their eternal slumber. You'll see it later in the sketch, or maybe you can even see it now even though it's kind of light. The little ghost guy is kind of banging against the inside of the crystal ball, and he's not too happy about that. So with this one, the last few prompts I'd done were kind of like not miserable necessarily, but not as lighthearted, and so for these express sketches I wanted to just do some quick, cute stuff. And so the idea of the spirit being not necessarily harmful, as a lot of these horror movies make them out to be, but just a little agitated, just a little something different. Here I'm just finishing out the sketch for the Ouija board and then going in and doing that little detail where he's got his little ghostly fist banging against the inside of the crystal ball there. So that is day 16, I believe. Yeah, we're doing day 16 through 21. So yeah, day 16 is Seance. So now day 17 is Bury. And going again with another cute idea. Initially I had wanted to do something like the body looking up through the, what do you call it, the plot where they had just buried a family member or whatever, and they were looking up, and then his ghost would be looking down into the grave. But then I was like, oh, that's morbid, I want to keep it cute. So I buried this ghost in a pile of blankets and pillows. He's just this super snuggly little spirit. Day 18, let's see, day 18 was Cool. This one actually did have a little bit of a story behind it. I wanted to go with the idea of someone being quote-unquote cool, and then of course the person having succumbed to some kind of like frostbite. So eventually with the glasses I was like, oh, this guy probably got buried under an avalanche when he was out skiing or mountain climbing. So that's this guy here. He's got the hair is all spiked out and his beard is iced over, and I just had a lot of fun making this like Courage the Cowardly Dog style ghost. This actually does remind me, there was an episode with these two zombie directors, and it kind of unintentionally looks a lot like the one who was wearing the sunglasses. It just goes to show you how much your childhood really does stick with you. I'm just finishing off the icicles because instead of having the ectoplasm, he's just completely frozen over. Day 16, 17, day 19 is Dreamy. For day 19, I don't usually do fan art, but I had to do Freddy Krueger. Now you might not automatically think of Freddy Krueger as a ghost, but he is technically considered a white, which is, a white kind of borders between, depending on the definition, being something undead to something actually being a spirit, but considering that he literally haunts people's dreams, he is definitely a ghost, and definitely that white WIGHT category. Um, and because he's supposed to be dreamy, I went with a Kawaii Kruger. I gave him these beachy, like, big eyes, the sparkles. I loved this. Honestly, this is probably my favorite sketch out of the batch, with the fortune teller being my second favorite. But the idea of Freddy Krueger being cute is just, I don't know, there's something, he's so ugly that he's cute. Maybe I'm just weird. I know I'm weird. You don't have to agree with me. But I have seen these, like, chibi monsters, and chibi and bishonen are two different styles, but this is definitely somewhere in between. Or bishonen literally translates to sparkle boy, and this is what we have here with our Kawaii Kruger. Day 20 was Deceive. Day 20 is Deceive. So for day 20, I went with the idea of a poltergeist, and was actually inspired by a little bit by the Paranormal Activity franchise, where at first they believe that the spirit that's inhabiting their house is a poltergeist, just something that's pranking people and moving stuff around. And it actually turns out to be this very malicious, like, family curse type situation. But with this one, it's a cross between that and then one of my favorite Harry Potter characters who did not make it into the movies, and that is the poltergeist Peeves. Like, yeah, like Pet Peeve. The ghost's name was Peeves, and he was just there and constantly causing mischief and pranking students and things like that. So this little girl is just a girl who in her life would just love to go around and prank people, and it got to a point where her pranks got a little vicious. And now she spends her afterlife just doing what she loves, just causing mischief. And yes, she does have a taser. The taser was inspired by the electric gum prank. That's where that came from. So for the final one, we have Trap. And I thought of Ghostbusters, but I didn't want to do another quote-unquote fan art piece, so I just did the ghost stuck here in this tube. And I do sketch out the back and the shoulders like he's in one of these, like, ectoplasm backpacks, but I eventually just do the tube, like just the tube itself without the shoulders and the sides. So this little guy was just out doing his own little ghostly business. Like, he wasn't that giant Michelin man or whatever. Like, he was just chilling. And then these ghost catchers, okay, sure, Ghostbusters, I'm not going to get copyright strike for that. These Ghostbusters come along and just pick him up, and he's just sitting here miserable like a fish in a tank. Not to say that fish in tanks are miserable, but this one in particular, he's upset. And he's cute, but he's also sad, and I love it. So this was today's Express all the prompts I missed before. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys next time.